It's good to see you guys. A lot of happy guys back there. This is a game, if it was a couple weeks ago, we lose this game. And it did seem in this one that at times you were finding ways to lose the game. We were able to overcome those opportune times and, fight for a win. And I think that's something that has to be learned. That has to be something where guys are grinding stuff out and continuing to fight. There's some big fourth downs. There's some big stops. You talk about that 4th and 2 where they punted. It's a big point in the game. And so all those things take a lot of belief. And, I look at everything that we've gone through, got us in a position to make those stops and to make those plays. So I'm proud of the guys. I thought Bryson Washington had a great game. I thought O-line wise, we're able to be really physical and move the line of scrimmage. And then I thought that Josh, Cameron, and Trigg had big time catches. I think the skill that we got, I know the DC for TCU pretty good. It's just like you have to match up on the skill, and when they're out there wide, once you put numbers out there, it just loosens up the box, and then our O-line is feeling it, and so we're getting movement, and Bryson's running hard, so it's good for the Bears. Thought KT played good tonight. I thought he's battling through a shoulder deal, and he's got like a hand and he's got a spatula on his other hand. And so he's fighting through all of it and had 11 tackles, thought he played really well. And then Isaiah, it was just really cool to see. I think Isaiah in the past has made kicks when, the sun is shining and it's 70 degrees and everyone's happy and smiling and joking. But when it's stormy and it's windy and it's all this other thing, I think he struggled to make kicks. And to make a kick in a storm like tonight is way cool because that's him. And I'm so happy and proud of him. Take any questions you guys got.
Dave, you talked about the big 4th down plays, 4th and 9 near midfield, 16 seconds left. Did you think about it, or was that just we're going to go for it?
Yeah, we're going to go for it. Those things are always hard because, I could be up here. I think I've been up here before when they don't go well, and there's a whole bunch coming the other way with that. And so, I think when you attack, then the guys feel like they're attacking, and they feel a responsibility and an onus to keep on the attack. I thought you saw that tonight.
Coach, Bryson didn't play a ton last year, right? Mm-hmm. Like how early, when did y'all know that he was going to play a huge factor, and kind of what sticks out to you as a defensive coach just watching him run?
Yeah, right away we could see the difference with him. There's just a violence with him. 21 seems like such a long time ago now, but we had a running back then that Abram Smith was very physical and downhill and would finish through people and would knock piles back and look for contact and with the speed to be able to pull away if need be. And right away with Bryson, you could see that with him. I think so much of his journey is just maturity. There's just things off the field that were pulling him from playing as much as we needed him to play. And so with all of the struggles of last year, that was another one. Was just trying to get him to see the field. We had to deal with off the field stuff to get him there, and it was a fight. But you look at him now, and he's doing well with school. He's achieving on and off the field, so it's good to see.
Coach, in the back, one win away from qualifying for a bowl game. You look at the struggles you had in the beginning of the season. Mm-hmm. What does it mean that you and the team have had such a big turnaround?
I think that the team continued to fight, and I think if, people could look at this team and see that there's talent and see that there's an ability, and maybe we're this close or that close or whatever. People could see that. I think the team could feel that too, could sense that. But it's a whole other thing to kind of continue to stay, on the path of getting better, right? And continuing to put the work in when you're 2 and 4, whatever it is, it gets to be hard, especially when you're 3 and whatever the year before. And so when you start having success and there starts to be belief, and then it aids with what they thought earlier in the season, it can blow up pretty quick. I think you're seeing that right now.
Coach, a quick follow-up on the fourth down play. Was there any talk about trying to, I know it's that kind of that weird gray area, 16 seconds left, and I know you can't get too cute, you got to try to pick it up, but in terms of trying to make sure, you did maybe take some time off in case you did have to turn it over, and then just what is it like to get a result knowing, as you mentioned, some of the fine margins that, kind of made this game tied late, that it could have gone the other way, to not have to, relive the what-ifs?
Yeah, at the end of it, I thought, the thing always with a 2-minute drive is that you want to be the last team that scores. And so it's important that you score, number one. But then number two, you don't want any time for them to come back and score, right? I think, scoring is always good, but sometimes you can score too fast and give them the ball back, and then, college football is just a crazy thing. And so I thought the ability to run the ball, what was helpful was that we had the timeouts. So the timeouts allowed us to run the football, right, and to center it and do all the things. And so I thought that was really well done. Then your second question?
Just, miss extra point, maybe had the chance to do field goal. Close opportunities to maybe get a few extra points that could have put you over the top. And if you come away with a different result, how nice is it to, not have to kind of go down that path of, man, we should have been able to win this even without the field.
Yeah. I think when you look at Isaiah and you look at just the resilience of that kid, and you look at, he's someone that started 1 year, struggled, didn't start the next, came back, is playing well. That boy, whatever you put in front of him, right, he knocks it down. And you look at his family, you look at just what he's about, inside out. It's what you would want, my son, what you'd want, your son to be about. So just way proud of him. Couldn't be more proud. And I think when you have Isaiah and he's going through all that, when it's at the end of it that he's going to come through. And so we wanted to give him that opportunity.
Coach, are you happy with how the defense played overall? It seems like this was the third game in a row where there was 300 passing yards allowed.
Yeah.
There was still some tackling issues.
Yeah.
How does the defense improve for the last 3 games of the season?
Yeah, I think the front seven, there's positives with the front seven. I think, we faced these 3 teams that we faced. I think we probably played the best with Tech, outside of those last 2 drives when we're up by whatever. Just way frustrating. And then I think, there's bits and pieces versus Oklahoma State that's really good to see. I think with this one, it just frustrating would be the deal, in terms of the back end. I think the front seven, we're stopping the run. A lot of these teams, these last couple teams don't really want to run the ball as much. They're more throwing teams, and so we can stop the run probably maybe sooner than maybe some other teams in the back end of the schedule. They're going to get where they're going to want to run. We have to play better coverage-wise. Right now, if we play tight coverage, which would eliminate some of the. There's the pass that was wide open and dropped down the middle. We have a guy that's in the post, came out of the post. If we play tight coverage, then what happens right now is it's ID'd, they throw it up, and then there's a really good chance we're going to DPI it. If we don't have tight coverage, then they find windows, and we're not. I have not coached them well enough to where we're savvy enough to play the window. And so it's, if we do this or if we do that, they're going to find the receiver. And so I think pressure-wise, we're able to hit the quarterback a couple times. I think we probably have to be able to find ways where we can pressure and then try to get more coverage on the back end. We're pressuring with single high, and so it was a kind of a do-or-die type thing. I can probably help with that. But we've got to buy to get better. We need to get better. You'd like to win by playing well in the secondary, not win in spite of how you played. And so that's a definite improvement we need to make.
Seeing the students rush the field at the end, what did that mean to you and just overall atmosphere at this game?
Well, I think it's important. I think that, I think for the students, and I think just fans in general. And I understand there's like a prove it thing, and I can understand that. Then I think from the players thing, it's like, are we good enough? Right? Are these moments too big? Can we do this? And so to everyone get past all of that on either side and just be one team, it's pretty cool.
Right here, Dave. Kind of piggybacking off of that, going back to Colorado, you could really feel that. Like, is this team good enough to pull out those wins when they stormed the field? Now to be on the other side of it, how did that feel for the locker room? And also, I saw you embracing Isaiah after. What did you say to him right after the game, and what was that moment like?
Yeah, I think for the team, I mean, there are certain guys that are always going to believe no matter what. I think whenever you're, just a work environment, there's certain people that just have that confidence. They walk into a room, they got it, and people see it, and you follow it. And it's the same thing on the field. We have a few of those. I think probably, though, we've got more people that are just doing everything right. Their hearts are pure, and it takes them seeing it. It takes the validation of seeing it, and then once they see it, you can go from 100 to from 0 to 100. You can go from like a 30 to an 80, like that, because it's all in reserve. Didn't even know they had it, And I think like with Isaiah, when I hugged him afterwards, I go, man, this is you. This has always been you, right? I'm glad everyone gets to see you. I'm way proud of him.
You leave that locker room against Iowa State, 2-4, not a lot of belief outside. What was your belief, and what was your thought process leaving that game and then now watching this run?
Yeah, get better. I think same thing here. I'm just frustrated. The passing yards, giving up, and so it's. I try not to look outside because it's just so depressing outside, and so I try to be able to stay inside, and so it's. I don't know. The staff and the team have been really good at that. Looking inside and what we can improve on and staying tight, and it can just be difficult. I think we talked last week where, you got a phone in your pocket that's pushing all the other things, and so to not look at that and not put a lot of faith into that, right? Do you trust what the phone is saying, or do you trust what I'm saying, or what the coaches are saying? I think that's a battle, and I'm hopeful that we're done with that battle.
Keaton, I guess on the last drive there when TCU was driving, I guess what was going through your mind, and like, I know you didn't stop them, but what was the mindset in that last drive when TCU was driving?
Mindset just was thinking back to when we were all younger and watching games like this. Like, this is the moment you want to be in. So unfortunately, we didn't maximize it, but that was the goal, to maximize it and just be thankful for the moment and take advantage of it.
And then, Elinus, when it's a game like this where there's a lot of points going back and forth like that, how do you stay sharp? How do you stay focused on kind of what you need to do?
Really not looking at the scoreboard or, paying attention to the fans, staying locked in with your coaches and your teammates, knowing your keys, and just doing what you have to do.
Keaton, back here by the cameras, a win like that, what does that do for the confidence of this team, and how cool is that just to celebrate, I guess, with the fans on the field?
Yeah, it's awesome. It was livid out there. I really appreciate the fans and everybody coming back, and that 2013 through 14 team coming back and showing the love. We felt it. We felt their presence. I talked about it with you guys earlier this week, just, that energy. We feel it whether they believe it or not. And, it's definitely a great win, but we can't get too high just like we can't get too low. And so we're going to go into this bye week and prepare for West Virginia next.
Keaton, the Wildcat, had you prepared a lot for that? Was it more than you expected? They were pretty heavy with it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we knew number 3 was their guy. They wanted to give him the ball, and we had to, work a lot of fits and a lot of different schemes to make sure that we could shut that down. That was the goal tonight.
Any other questions for these guys?
What Keaton, what can you get better as a defense? It seems like you kind of allowed a lot of yards, and I knew they were going to kind of get there as they've got a good offense. But what can the defense get better at?
We have to be better at the little small things. It's, stuff by me, stuff by some other guys. We got to take accountability and make sure we get that right. I feel, once we take care of little things, I don't think anybody can really compare to us defensively, but we have to fix those things first.
Is there a way to improve missed tackles? Because it seemed like, again, there were some missed tackles out there.
Of course, it's all about angles. We'll get it fixed. I mean, it's a part of the game. You'll miss tackles just like you'll drop balls, just like you'll miss reads. You just can't get too low and just be ready for the next play.
No, it's just one win. You guys move on, but can you take us into both of your shoes as that kick was about to be kicked? Like, what was going through y'all's minds, and just what was your reaction, and what was your confidence level, and all that came with that as soon as you knew it was good?
As soon as we got that first down, I knew the game was over. I got 100% confidence in my guy, and I knew he was going to make the kick. So I was already excited jumping around.
Yeah, I felt the same way when Trigg got the first down. Hank been 100% all week, so we knew it was going to be game. Just sat there and waited for history to be made.
Yeah, after y'all are 2-4, leaving Iowa State, kind of what made y'all believe that a run like this was possible and that the season was up?
I think we always believed. We just had to put together. After that week, we really just paid attention to, like I said, the small things and making sure we were working together as a group instead of just being about the me. And I think that's just, helped us tremendously.
Yeah, just taking it game by game, not really looking at the big picture. We don't worry about the team 2 weeks ahead of us. We worry about the team that's right in front of us. So, working your keys, make sure you're in your film, studying your plays and stuff like that. So, that's really about it.
Keaton, I guess, how ready were you for a bye week? Do you need this? Do you need this to get healthy? And do you think in terms of now you only need one more win to be bowl eligible?
Yeah, I mean, am I looking forward to it? No, because that means we're just sitting at home at the crib watching other people play. But I'm sure it's going to be, super beneficial. The last one helped us a lot. It actually allowed us to regroup, and so I'm sure we'll do some similar things, get our bodies back, and prepare mentally through the whole week. So, that week against West Virginia is going to be all physicality, that whole practice, and then, playing a really good team up there up north. Of course. Well, I think about more than one more win. The goal is to get 8, and so that's what we're focused on right now.
Elinus, what did that crowd do for y'all tonight? Just really kind of stand throughout the entire game and providing that energy, especially late.
Oh, I was ecstatic about our crowd. These last couple of games, nothing on our fans because I love our fans, but you can see it. Sometimes in the second half, some of the students will leave. So just to say that they stayed the whole game, they really built us up for sure. Going out there and still seeing them out there supporting us, I definitely feel like that played a hand in how this game went.
Guys, to talk about, winning a game in that fashion like that, how much of a release did that just feel like for you guys as a team to have gone through the tough times earlier and a couple wins, but felt like still waiting to, see if you could really turn this around and then to kind of get that validation? It just felt like it was a release for you guys. Did it feel like that for you?
No, I didn't feel like it was a release. I think we just, continue to prove who we are. We're a bunch of underdogs, in my opinion. People who probably looked the other way when they had the chance to get us, and we all came here for a reason. And we're just taking it day by day and attacking the opportunity and, putting all our love into the sport and, trying to do something great for the university.
Bryson, do you like these black jerseys? Because every time you wear a black jersey, you've had a pretty good game, I guess. What was working so well for you tonight?
I really think it was the O-line. They were working hard today, and everything was just open up. Like, I seen the end zone, and it was like I got to get to it every time.
Josh, how big was that fourth down at the end there? And then when he's lining up for the kick, when Isaiah's lining up for the kick, what's going through your head?
Oh, man, it was huge. We got the play call in, and I was mid-route. I look over, and then Trigg makes the catch, and
just pure joy, pure excitement. And then just going through the kick, I said a quick prayer. I was like, man, I know Hank got it, you know what I'm saying? So, and he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? So I was just super happy and just super excited for it.
Josh, back here, knowing kind of the pain that y'all felt last time TCU was here, you know, just getting the win in this fashion, what do you think that meant to this team and just, I guess, building off of this historic rivalry?
Yeah, no, I think it meant everything. Coming into the game, we knew what our record was the last decade and going against TCU. Just kind of the last couple of years, just having that bad taste in our mouth. So that was always just kind of a focal point going into the week, just knowing that we're going to come out on top, you know what I'm saying? So I think just with this momentum, we're just going to keep on stacking, keep on going, rest up during the bye week, and just finish out the season strong. And just look out for real. That's all I can say.
Bryson, every week this offense seems to have someone in the same conversation as 2011, 2012. What does it mean to be in conversations with those Baylor greats?
It means a lot. I feel like I put a lot of work in, and I finally seeing it showing for itself.
Bryson, the run to set up the field goal, was that sort of just the whole team behind you? I mean, they just kind of steamrolled them at that point. I mean, how exhilarating is that to be in that position?
We had to get the ball down the field a little bit more. All I could think about, honestly, when I was running the ball, when an old lineman got behind me, started pushing me, is let me fall to the ground, so the clock wouldn't expire. I wasn't really worried about getting too many yards.
They gave you too much of a push.
No, I wouldn't say it. It was just right. Yes, sir.
Guys in the back, today, 2013, 2014 Big 12 champs were here. What does it mean that the game y'all had, you got to do it in front of them?
Sure, it means a lot, you know what I'm saying? I think just really just getting to honor them with this win was just kind of the biggest thing. That was also another focal point going into the week. Just Coach Aranda was just talking about these teams, they're going to be there. So basically, how do we want to be remembered just moving forward with this TCU team? Because this is the oldest rivalry in Texas, and so coming out on top is always a great thing.
Bryson, saw you after the game. Was you celebrating with your mom there?
Yes, sir.
What was it like to kind of? I heard her telling you, Bryson, you did it. Just what was it like celebrating with her? And I guess any goals that you kind of checked off with this win and this performance?
I wouldn't necessarily say any goals that I checked off. We really just wanted to win the game, and that's all I was striving for. Whether it was me or Dawson, Rich, anybody running the ball, I was just excited to get a win. And that feeling with my mom, like I feel like she's been waiting on it. She's been seeing me all throughout my career playing football, scoring all these touchdowns in it, and she finally said me do it on the collegiate level. Last season was more so for me, head down and working, and I feel like y'all see the work paying off for itself. Another thing is just like bonding with the team, getting to know them. Relationships is a big part of football, and I feel like that's very underrated, and a lot of people don't know a lot about it. But I say like we did a lot of team bonding, like we got closer with each other, and everything just falling in its right place.
Bryson, like Mike said, you had huge numbers at Franklin, but did the numbers surprise? Did you know what you had done today in terms of your yardage and all that? Did you know what those numbers were like?
No, sir. I honestly don't even know my stats. I just know I had 4 touchdowns.
196 yards.
196 yards.
4 touchdowns.
Oh man, it definitely feels great to hear it, but the win is all I really care about, honestly.
And didn't you have a Franklin buddy on the other side? Did y'all get a chance to hook up or not? Or?
Oh, yeah, I had a Franklin buddy on the other side, and also my little brother who played 50. Yes, sir.
Josh Sawyer didn't throw a touchdown today, but he kind of didn't need to. I guess what sort of kind of grit did he show despite not throwing a touchdown?
So really just going he really just got everyone huddled up going into that last drive, and just let everyone know that we're gonna score. We got tired of basically just saying, we were this close to doing this, we were this close to winning the game on offense, and he really just made a statement and just let everyone know, like, we are gonna win the game on offense, and that's really what happened. And as you saw, it really didn't matter that we didn't throw a touchdown because my boy B-Wash was just doing his thing. So I think that's just a testament to his character, though, because at the end of the day, he's happy because we won the game. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Y'all leave Iowa State 2-4. A lot of people writing you off. Kind of what made y'all have belief inside that locker room still that y'all could save this season, make a little bit of a run?
It was really going into the bye week. Like you said, we coming off Iowa State going 2-4, but as a team, we just going around the locker room, I was just letting guys know for real that we're a good team and that the previous games were this close and that there's just too much potential for this team to just put our head down and just kind of quit, you know what I'm saying? So I think just the belief and just letting guys know that we still have way too much to play for was just the biggest thing going into this game and then just moving forward now.
I guess to continue on that, you got another bye week this week. So what do you take from this and moving in that to try and get that one more win for bowl eligibility?
Shoot, I would just say as a team, rest up. Our mind, body, soul, just do whatever it takes to just kind of get ready for these last 3 games because it's going to be super important and we're going to make a bowl game at the end of the day.